Welcome to the week 2 of the Lift Your Spirits Mystery Crochet Along live stream. I am so excited today because I'm going to be announcing the winners for the giveaway from last week, as well as going over 25 of my favorite Halloween crochet patterns. And if there's time at the end, I've got some of your shawls in progress to share with everyone. So I'm super excited to be sharing that all with you today. If you're catching this live, say hi, let me know you're here in the chat. If you're catching the replay, I'm doing another giveaway. So definitely stick around, hang out to see my favorite crochet patterns, and see what you could win at the end of the video. All right, so let's start with the giveaway winners. So I used a random number generator, and I made sure that each person who commented only got one entry. So I know there were some people that had multiple comments. I did not count those when I was doing the random number generator. So here we go. The winner of the Schmutzerella Yarns giveaway is AM. So congratulations. They chose Expelliarmus on the Dude base, which is a gorgeous colorway. So congratulations on winning that yarn. I can't wait to see what you make with it. Go ahead and send me an email at info@mandobug.com with your full name and address to claim your prize. Now, on to the other two winners, which is for the nail wraps and sticker. So the one winner of that is Jessica of JS Threads. Congratulations. I don't think she's able to watch the live today, so I hope you're catching this replay. But you won the nail wraps and stickers. So again, email me and I'll put my email up on the screen with your full address so I can get that prize to you. And then the second winner for the nail wraps and sticker was Lori Butler. So congratulations. You also won a pack of the nail wraps and the MCAL sticker. So here is right here. Email me your full name and address at info@mandobug.com to claim your prize. Congratulations, you guys. I'm so happy that you won, and I can't wait to ship those out to you. And we're not done with giveaways, right? We've got a giveaway this week, and I'm doing a giveaway next week. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing a giveaway every week throughout these live streams throughout the crochet along. So you're definitely going to want to keep hanging out and keep entering to win. Let's get caught up in the comments here. We've got Haley, hello from Saskatchewan. Nice. I honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, I don't know where that is. Like, that literally could be, I'm in Washington, that could be in Washington. It sounds like a very Washington name, but it could also be completely somewhere else. So forgive me, I'm not great at geography. But thank you for joining us. M560, hello, good evening from Europe. Good evening. Thank you for joining me. I know, isn't it pretty late in Europe right now? I know that some people can't make my live streams because it is pretty late in Europe. Good morning, Kim, Unapologetically Mocha Crochet and Crafts. Thank you for being here. Good morning, Knitwim, Lindsay. Good morning, Kat. Hi. Hi, Lacey. Hello, everyone. And lots of fun emojis. So without, let's see, here it is. Oh goodness, Saskatchewan is in Canada. See, I could also see that too. Well, welcome from Canada. I'm gonna have to go look this up on a map now. And Kat, what is the Advent blanket on the sofa, dear? Yes, we're gonna be getting into that today. So I am going to be sharing, I know it's over 25 of my favorite Halloween crochet patterns, and that is one of them. I'm starting out with the ones that I've made. So let's go ahead and jump on in and we'll get to it shortly, I promise. It's 6 p.m. here right now, dinner time. Oh, that's not too bad. It's not like midnight or 1 or 2 in the morning kind of a night. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up my slides. Oh, there it goes. Awesome. So the very first Halloween crochet pattern that I wanted to share with you guys is one that I recently just completed. So I am going to be sharing ones that I've made first, and then we'll get into ones that I haven't made but would love to make. I just made this hat, you guys, and I love it so much. So this is the Fleur de Noir Witch's Hat by Kat Mayhew. This is her first pattern, by the way. So if you like it, go purchase it. Give her some love. It's $1.99. I think she did a fantastic job with this pattern, and I love my hat so much. She's got that gorgeous sparkle going on in hers. Is this flashing for you guys? I hope it's streaming okay. Oh no. maybe if we disconnect it, let's try to remove it and re-add it. Is it working now? Okay. Hopefully it wasn't flashing on your screen. It was like flashing bright orange on my screen. Let's go ahead and minimize that. It's still doing it. Okay, let's remove it. Oh, stream is okay here? Okay, then maybe it's just something weird on my side. But let's go ahead and bring it down anyways, because I would like to share you the actual hat. Here it is. I love this hat so much. So this hat, her original pattern used a thread of DK weight, or a 3 with a worsted weight, which is a 4. I ended up using 2 strands of a 4 as well as a lace weight, or a 0. Is it a 0? I'm pretty sure it's a 0. Sparkle. And I just love the way that it turned out. This is such a great pattern. So if you are in need of a witch's hat, I would say this is a pretty beginner-friendly hat, and you will not be disappointed whatsoever. So that is the very first pattern that I wanted to share with you guys. All right, so you guys are letting me know the stream was good. And Kat, I'm so excited. Lots of love from Southern Maine. Oh, well, welcome from Southern Maine. And Nancy, hi. Good morning, Nancy. That hat is so amazing, isn't it? I absolutely love it so much. And I'm actually going to be making another one for my daughter. And so that is the thing about this hat. It comes in adult small all the way to extra large. And it's worked from the top down, which I've molded mine here. So it is a traditional shaped witch's hat, but I think it's more fun. It's worked at a stiff gauge so that you can just kind of mold it however you want. And the brim, you can kind of adjust if you want something more crooked or something a little more wavy, not cowboy, but you know. And then it just kind of stays because of the stiff gauge that it's worked at. So I love it so much. Did you use any wire in the hat? Nope. This is just a nice tight gauge. So it's 2 strands of worsted weight with a 5mm crochet hook. So it is tight. If you're used to making amigurumi, then you already are used to that kind of a gauge. But if you're someone like me who likes to make wearables and things with a lot of drape, it was kind of hard on my hands and I had to take breaks, but it was definitely worth it to get that stiff, like, it's so stiff. I love it. So let's go back to some more because I've got so many patterns to get through today, but definitely reach out with questions if you have questions and I'll do my best to answer any of them. So the next pattern that I wanted to talk about was this one. Isn't this the most adorable little hat? So the picture on the left is the original pattern. The one on the right is the one that I made. I added a little leaf to it. This is the baby crochet pumpkin beanie. And it is free in the newborn size, or it's $1.50 for all sizes. I mean, these patterns are so affordable. I really think these designers should be charging a little bit more for their patterns, but everybody gets to set their price. So I love this hat so much. I love the texture. There are so many pumpkin hats available, but I did make this hat back around 2012 or 2013, I want to say. So back then it was one of the first kind of crochet pumpkin hats coming out. So it's more of an original, which I always love to support the original designers, because I know sometimes people tend to hop on trends, and especially with crochet, you end up with, 20 different pumpkin hat designs that all kind of look the same. I like to try to go back and find the original creator, the original poster. So this is one of the OG pumpkin hats, and I have mine right here with me today. Look at it, it's so cute. Look at that little leaf. I don't remember, and I'm so sorry, I don't remember if this was linked to in the pattern or if I just found a similar, like a standalone leaf that pattern, but I do know the curly was part of the pattern. I love the way she designed the stem. I just think it's overall gorgeous, and I love the rolled brim. I think it adds just an extra cuteness to it all. Now, this newborn hat was a good size to fit my first 2 borns that had small heads, but my third born, giant head, she never fit into this hat. But that's okay. But it is nice and long, so you don't have to wear it with the rolled brim. I just like it with the rolled brim. I believe this is just some worsted weight acrylic. I'm not sure exactly what brand. If I had to guess, back then I was working primarily with Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn, so there's a really good chance that that's what I made this out of. Let's see. Babies get all the cute clothes, right? I feel like this would look so silly on me, but I also wouldn't be against wearing it either. Just a family of pumpkin hats. Maybe that needs to happen. I love the pumpkin hat. It does look cuter than the other million pumpkin hats that are the same. Yeah, if you look on Pinterest or Ravelry, there are so many crochet pumpkin hats out there, but this was one of the original and my favorite. Okay, on to another pattern that I love that I've made. This one. Okay, now, does this not look familiar, you guys? Especially all of you that are actually working on the Lift Your Spirits crochet along. This was one of the original inspirations for the shawl. I made this doily and was so impressed by the designer's shaping that I took that inspiration and put it into my Lift Your Spirits shawl. Now, if you've made both or are working on the shawl and have made this doily, then you know it's not the same. I didn't copy this whatsoever. I took inspiration from this, and there is a difference. I know my tester, Manda, has made my shawl and has made this doily, so she can agree. There's a lot more shaping that goes into my shawl than there is in this doily. So even though it was inspired by, it is still completely different. This doily pattern is Boo by Marsha Glassner, and it is a free crochet pattern, which is amazing that she was offering this out here for free. And she also has other really cute Halloween crochet doilies. So let me show you mine. So I did not use crochet thread, which I believe is what she used in her original sample. I used a fingering weight, so it is a little bit bigger, I think, than it was intended to be, but it's a great centerpiece that you could place a candle in or a small bowl of candy. I love it so much, and it's a brilliant pattern, absolutely brilliant. It's worked from the center out, and I really love the way that it turned out. I didn't say what yarn. So it was fingering weight. I used Kobasi, which is a cotton bamboo silk blend, so it's machine washable and dryable, and it's got lovely, gorgeous drape. Let's see. Nancy says a family of pumpkin hats definitely needs to happen. It really does. I keep having more kids, so I keep growing my family, and the bigger the family full of pumpkin hats, I feel like the cuter it would be. Knitwam the ghosties. Yes. Kim, detecting a theme. Yes, every pattern today is going to be a Halloween crochet pattern. Every single one. We're talking all Halloween crochet patterns. It was so hard not to include knitting patterns, but because the crochet along is a crochet along, I decided to not include knitting patterns, although there are so many good Halloween knitting patterns. Lacey, I've seen this around lately. I can't lie. I have been wanting to make it. Yeah, I made it a couple years ago, and it just goes in with my Halloween decorations, and I pull it out every year. And I don't think you'll be disappointed if you do go ahead and decide to make one. Haley, oh, I've made 2 of those and was teaching a friend to make one. I love the doily. They're so good. They're such a good pattern. And M560, it's on your wish list. Definitely you'll love it. I've really been enjoying working on Clue 2. Love to see the ghosties grow. Yes, I am so excited for you guys to see the full design in all of its glory. I love it so much. And I cannot wait to share like the modeled pictures of it with you guys. All right, so back to more crochet patterns that I love that I've made. I think it might be the calendar next. Yep, here is the calendar. So this is the Halloween countdown calendar by the Left-Handed Crocheter. This one is a $6 crochet pattern, but it is definitely worth the price. So you can see her original is on the left. The one that I made is on the right. I had so much fun with this. As you know, those of you that are participating in the crochet along, it is so much fun to do a crochet along. And the left-handed crocheter, when she originally released this pattern, she released it as a crochet along. It wasn't a mystery. We knew what we were making, but it was a crochet along in her Facebook group. And it was just so much fun to see how everybody chose different colors and added their own style to it. And this is something that we use every year. So let me go ahead and show you mine. I have it draped over the back of the couch here. And I really wanted to show this because I wanted you to see the scale. You can kind of see the scale in her original photo where she has the table next to it. This thing is massive. This is massive. It is a worsted weight Afghan with pockets for Gus the Ghost to help you count down to Halloween. On the windows, I used glow-in-the-dark puff paint, so the numbers actually glow at night, which the kids love so much. And let's see. Oh, I think I did modify the top to add a third loop for the hanging bar because just the two on the sides, it was kind of draping in the middle. So I did modify it to add a third loop. I changed my colors just a little bit. And then I did make some tall pumpkins. All her pumpkins were the same shape. And I went ahead and added some tall ones because I thought it added just a little bit more interest. But so you count down from the top window all the way down this house to on Halloween. Let's see if I can stick them in there. Gus the Ghost is ready to trick or treat at the front door. This thing is so much fun. The year that it came out, I did not finish it for the start of October, I don't think, but I did finish it in the middle and we were able to count down from there. But every year since then, my kids get so excited on October 1st to pull it out and do it. Now, last year I lost Gus the Ghost and I kept like meaning to make another one, but you know how that goes, right? So we actually used just random toys that the kids have, and I think we mostly used a plastic corn on the cob last year, just super random, but you work with what you have. And then when I put it away, I found Gus. When I reorganized my shed, he was in not the box he was supposed to be in. So yeah, I'm so excited to put this up for them this year. They're going to be super excited again. And when they wake up every morning, they run straight to it, and they fight over who gets to move it. So I have to make sure they're taking turns about who gets to move the ghost. Let's see. I've wanted to make this calendar ever since you started yours. Yeah, it is a really good calendar. Knitwim, I've made this calendar too. Yes, she joined the crochet along with me. You might have actually told me about the pattern first. I don't really remember. We enable each other that way sometimes. Lacey, oh my gosh, that advent calendar is so cute. Yeah, I highly recommend it, especially if you have kids. For yourself, even if you don't. Like, it is so much fun. But if you have kids too, it's even more fun. And like, you could do a little extra depending on how often you give your kids sweets. It would be fun to put candy in each pocket too. I haven't done that, but that would be something fun. Hello, that looks great. Oh, thank you, and welcome. Thank you for joining Becoming Me. Spooky Gus was hiding. He was, and I was like, I don't want to make another one. Amigurumi is not my favorite. Neither are blankets, but this was one of the projects that was worth it, and I am so glad that I made it. And that might have been all of the patterns that I've made that I had to share. Yep, that was all of them. So the rest of these patterns that I have to share are ones that I've seen that I would love to make. I tried to put them in an order, but they're really not very organized. So I apologize in advance for that. Oh, Becoming Me says, I'm Trish in Knit Faster Lock on Facebook group. Oh, well, thank you. That has been the difficult part about having this crochet along on multiple platforms is not everyone's name matches their username. So when I'm talking to someone in the Facebook group, I don't always realize which person it is on like Instagram or on TikTok unless I can identify that they have like a very unique yarn with their shawl. Knitworm is saying, what? That is so cool. So this is the Black Cat wall hanging by Chica Outlet. It's a $5.99 wall hanging. She also has a like romantic version, which is very like, if you've ever seen the Tom and Jerry cartoons and there's that white kitten in it that's all dressed up that he just longs for. She's got another version like that, but this is her Halloween version and I love it so much. I think she did such a great job. The cat, the pumpkin, the spiderweb details, the colors, that kind of shading on the moon, even the tassels. And I'm not someone who really cares for tassels. I love everything about this pattern. And I feel like if I made it, I would choose very similar colors. I might overall go a little darker, like instead of a bright white for that moon, I might go with like a soft gray, but other than that, I just think it's beautiful. And it does look like she has really good care of detail, which would make it definitely worth paying for this pattern. I mean, look at the bottom border by where the pumpkin is. She's even added that little detail border down there and she put pom-poms on hers. It's just, I love everything about this pattern. This is drop dead gorgeous, right? Oh, Gomez says he wants a kitty banner. Yes, I think Gomez would be in love with this banner. Oh, you have your Christmas one. Now you could have a Halloween Gomez banner too. Yes, I did videos for beading hack with floss. Oh, yes, I remember I saw that video. Thank you so much for being super helpful in the Facebook group. Really, thank you to all of you guys in the Facebook group. I try to do my best to get in there and answer questions, but some of you are faster than me and can get in there and help people before me, and I really, really appreciate that. So thank you, everyone, for creating such an amazing community. You guys are so sweet. Yeah, so that is this wall hanging, and then let's move on to, I think I have some more. Nope, we're moving on to spider. I have been seeing this spider showing up on TikTok, and it was kind of hard to find the pattern, and that's because I think it's only available on Etsy. And if you sell on Etsy or if you search for patterns on Etsy, then you know that you have to be very careful with your keywords so that you show up in search, which means you can't have fun names. You have to have very descriptive names. So the best way to describe this pattern is giant African flower tarantula, although when you do follow the link to the pattern, it has a slightly different name, which I forgot to mention. All of the patterns that I'm going to be talking about today are linked in the description box below. So if you find something that you need to add to your queue, you can find it down below. But I love this so much. There are several African flower patterns that you can find out there, but this one, it literally is a giant tarantula. Look at the Mountain Dew for scale. This thing is massive. I feel like this would be a great throw pillow for, you know, spooky season all year if that's your house, or just the whatever spooky season period of time is for you. I think this is great for that. I think that you can really see the colors pop in the colors the original designer chose, but you could definitely really spice up the Halloween vibe by changing out those colors too. I feel like I would definitely want to go with like vibrant purple, vibrant orange, vibrant lime green, and black, and just go. I really love the traditional Halloween colors, but yeah, this is so cute. I've never made an African flower animal, and if I did, this would be the one. Kim says, an oldie but a goodie. Are you talking about this pattern? Is this pattern old? Did I miss this when it came out? I had never seen this before. Lacey, someone make this spider for me. It looks like it would be super fussy to make, but I just love him. Well, I feel like the fussy part would be the sewing, right? If it's mostly African flowers, those are kind of like, you know, just a little bit off of a granny square, right? Like you're making motifs, but sewing them together, depending on how the pattern is done, which I don't know. I mean, honestly, looking at the photo, it doesn't look too fussy, but it is gonna be a lot of seaming. Cattail, it's a cool pattern, but I'm good with spiders. Yeah, I don't blame you there. Lacey, yes, I loathe sewing. Yeah, then this one would not be for you. You would have to do, you know what you could do is offer a swap, right? Somebody make me this tarantula and I will make you whatever it is your favorite thing to make. I know you tend to go towards wearables like I do. So maybe somebody out there doesn't like to make wearables, but they like amigurumi, and you guys could swap that way. Okay, the next pattern I have to share is this doily. Look at how amazing and detailed this one is. So this is Skull Thistle in the Garden by Anne, and it's a $1.99 crochet pattern, and I just love the details that went into this. It's very antique, very spooky. I love her photography with the skull. I love everything about this pattern. It looks like you would probably have to use crochet thread or it would be massive. So do keep that in mind. Although if you went up in weight, as you guys are experiencing with my crochet along, you could end up with a blanket. And this would be a really cool throw on the back of your couch for spooky season. This is gorgeous. They absolutely did an amazing job. And I love it a lot. I think it was 5 or 6 years ago. They're all 5-sided granny squares sewn together. Okay, so yeah, I was just late to the game on that tarantula, but it is a classic. Haley, that's incredible, isn't it? Just the amount of detail that went into it. It's got skulls, it's got vintage looking fans, it's got spiderweb looking details, and the posts for extra dimensions. This is just a wonderful, wonderful doily. I don't really like doilies, but if I was going to, this is the one. I'd love to see this in a multicolored version. So I decided not to use one of the photos that she did this doily in because I like to show the 2 dimensions of the white and what looks like an off-white, the cream. But she did make a version out of a semi-solid light orange color. I think you would just have to be careful with the variegation in the yarn and how semi-solid the color is because you do start to lose detail. This white is very crisp and clean. You could do solid colors, but yeah, it's one of those things where you start changing colors, you start to lose some of the detail, but you could do it. Lacey, not only is the doily amazing, but the photos and the name really add a little something extra. That's beautiful. Yeah, I really thought that adding that thistle with the skull, it fit perfectly. It's the perfect name for this pattern. It's gorgeous, but I'm exhausted just looking at it. Right, this is one where you know you're going to have to set aside time in your day, potentially get out some bifocals or cheater readers and just sit with it for a minute because it's definitely not going to be mindless, but it is going to be worth it. It's gorgeous. I feel like for me, if I was to make this doily, it would be the piece to decorate one of those fancy like candelabras with some spooky candles in it. Like, yes, please. All right, the next pattern, we're starting to get into some costumes. We're starting to get creepy. How could I talk about crochet, Halloween crochet patterns without bringing up some of Stephanie Pokorny's patterns, who is Crochetverse? You probably have seen her work, even if you don't recognize her name. She is very well known for crocheting custom Halloween costumes for her kids. She is amazing. Like, hands down, so much props to her. This vampire bunny rabbit mask, it's not quite fully showing off all the detail in black. She has a white version, I think, and there are some other people who have made other colors. There is so much dimension to the shaping in the face. This thing is spooky, you guys. This is creepy. This is scare your kids level of costume. So if that's what you're into, check out more of her patterns. And I do have some more of her patterns in here as well. So I will say it's not as easy as it may look. I know that for sure. And she puts notes on all of her patterns too, like this is not an easy pattern. You need to use stitch markers. You need to count. But what I thought was really cool about this vampire bunny rabbit mask is that she has a link to a tutorial on how to make those teeth. What? How cool is that? And that dripping blood, I hope it's coming across on your screen. Those are beads. That is jewelry. Like, this is blowing my mind amazing. I love it so much. And so that one is a $6 pattern on, I think on Ravelry. I have everything linked below. You can check the link before you follow it in case you are unable to use Ravelry. You know you're not ending up there. I don't want to cause any problems. Kim says, Donnie Darko meets Harvey vibes. Yeah, absolutely. It is very Donnie Darko. All right, here is another pattern by her as well. This is a more recent pattern, and this is the pumpkin mask with horns. And I think this is super cute, and it is a like, you could use it for a Halloween costume, but I also feel like this could be a fun cosplay type costume piece as well. Look at all of those little vine details. And I can tell you, you know, as a designer looking at it, there is a lot of work that went into the shaping of this pattern. Look at the way those horns sit. I don't think she molds those. I believe those are shaped. It's genius, gorgeous. It's not beginner friendly. It's not easy, but it is definitely worth it if you really like that spooky, scary side of things. And you could easily swap these colors out. This one, if we talked about the Donnie Darko vibes, this one gives me Legend of Zelda vibes. Like, definitely some of those, what are they called? The Deku guys. I love it so much. She does an amazing job. Let's see, M560. I'm checking out all of Stephanie's patterns on Ravelry now. So talented. She absolutely is. And it was hard for me to choose which patterns to include with my sample of patterns today, because they're all really good, but I wanted to showcase a variety of patterns as well. So if you like the style of these two patterns that I shared with you guys of hers, definitely Crochetverse Stephanie Pokorny. Check it out if you haven't already. All right, on to something a little less spooky, still creepy cute. This is Bat to the Bone by Jennifer. It is a $4 pattern, and it is just a super cute colorwork crochet beanie. I think that it's really cute that she left the mouths open like that. It adds this extra kind of fun spook factor. And those bats, it's cute. They look decorative. And then when you really look at them, you're like, oh, wait, that's a bat. I think she did a great job with this pattern. The only caveat is this is a waistcoat stitch pattern. It gives you beautiful definition when you work color work, but I know if you're starting out, waistcoat stitch can be a bit of a pain. But once you get it down, look at that fit on the model. It looks comfy and cozy and adorable. I think this would be fun to work up in a variety of colors. And yeah, it's something that's a little more creepy, cute, not scare your children vibes. Oh, Lacey says, her masks are insane, so impressive. Yeah, she's definitely skilled at what she does. You can absolutely tell that. And I know that she started out like freeform, and I'm sure it's quite a process for her to turn her freeform into patterns, because it's a lot of work to freeform a pattern and then create it, versus the way that I like to make patterns is write it and then create the project. That way you already have the written pattern. Trying to reverse engineer things can be difficult and very time consuming. Lacey, I love bats. Yeah, this is a really cute one. I don't think I found too many bat inspired patterns to share today, but they are kind of sprinkled throughout. So how could I talk about Halloween crochet patterns without talking about the Lost Souls Skull Shawl? You guys, this is iconic. I'm sure you've seen it. It's everywhere. And there's more than one skull pattern too, which I've decided to include because they're different styles. I know this is the one that seems to be the most popular. I have had new crocheters come into the local yarn store that I used to work at going, I don't know how to crochet, but I saw this and now I need to learn to crochet. Will you help teach me how to make this shawl specifically? So it definitely pulls a very specific type of audience. It's perfect for Halloween. And I could not talk about Halloween crochet patterns without including this one. I have yet to make it. It is on my crochet bucket list because it is a wonderful pattern. It's lacy, it's skulls, it's vintage looking. It's really fun, worked up in multiple colors. You guys know, I'm sure you've seen this pattern. And this one, it's not available on Ravelry. It's only for sale, I think, on Etsy now. I don't know if it was free at one point. I don't know why she stopped selling it. Hopefully it's not for the reasons I feel like it might be, but it is a pay-for pattern, definitely worth paying for. So I know I have more skull shawls to talk about. So this one, so let's look again at the other one. Lost Souls has a very wavy vertical stripe between the skulls. These kind of cluster fans that add some decorative, add a decorative touch. This one is more square. It's not wavy. It's giving you those cross intersections. It's more of a square motif style. It's a lot more open. It's a little more lacy than the last version. So I wanted to include it because it is still different enough that it's worth knowing about if you haven't seen this one. I love how lacy this one is, and I love the square shaping as well. So if you might be pulled to this one more than the other one, and this one is a free pattern. So if you're on more of a budget, you could choose this one over the Lost Souls Skull Shawl. Lace weight, that's my jam. Yeah, this one does look like it's a lace weight shawl, and you can see the drape that adds. I like her wearing it. It just, lace weight gives such a thin and draping and gorgeous fabric, and it's perfect for people that live in climates that aren't so cold. You can wear this in the winter, even if your winter is pretty warm. So yeah, I did want to include this pattern as well. And then one more skull shawl pattern. This one's a little more recent of a pattern. This is the Memento Mori shawl, and it's a $5 pay-for shawl, and I thought that this was really pretty, really genius in construction. I've seen people working on it on social media. It's worked from the bottom up as you go, and I think that they did a great job implementing kind of that granny square feel with these giant skulls. So the other two shawls we looked at are pretty small skulls. This one is big, it's wide, it's a little more shaped. That is one thing that's nice about making your motif bigger, is you can add more definition. That's kind of how my Lift Your Spirit shawl came to be so large, was because I wanted to add definition to those little ghosties. So making those skulls bigger, she got to add more definition, and there is no mistaking the skulls in this shawl from afar. Absolutely not. So yeah, I really like that one as well. And if you see in the close-up of the picture, she's got those little skull beads on the tassels. I thought that was such a cute little addition. I have some of those beads that I bought. I think you can get them at Joann Fabrics. I think that's where I got them. And I've made stitch markers with them, and I even have a spindle that the spindle maker used the beads for weights. It's called a trindle. That's what it is, the trindle. It's a fun spindle that uses a neoprene ball, and you have spokes, weighted spokes that you can swap out for your weight on the spindle. Love it so much. More skulls. Now, this designer, I've got a couple versions to share with you that this Spider Mambo, the designer, has used this pattern and kind of translated it across a variety of projects. So this one is the Wicked Skulls Half Moon Shawl, and I really love the way that they striped this spider web effect with the skulls. It is so pretty. It reminds me of my hollow web shawl, which I think I've included in the slides here too, with those stripes, but there's straight up skulls in there. I think this is super cute, super adorable. I would wear this all the time. This is one where the skulls could get lost and you might not know, like, oh, that's just like a striped shawl. And then when you get up close, you're like, whoa, those are skulls and that's spider webs. And I also like how you can see it's laid out in a half moon, but do you see how it's draping everything down in the middle? It's gonna wear very well. And I think a lot of that has to do with that open mesh spiderweb style stripes in between everything. Lacey says, Spider Mambo is a whole rabbit hole worth falling down. It absolutely is. Now, I hadn't seen a lot of their patterns until I started putting this slideshow together. And so I did include some of the other patterns that they have that use this same style. So let's look at the next one, the top. So this one doesn't have the spider webs in it, but it has the repeat of the skulls on the diagonal to make a tank top. So the diagonal striped skull tank, same kind of stitch pattern, but put on the diagonal. I think this is really cool. And I think it is something that looks more difficult than it really is. You can see that the direction that it's made, the shaping shouldn't be all too horrible. I also really liked the way that they did the straps. Super cute, like just like they're thick. You can tell the straps are thick enough to uphold their purpose, but they've got like a little bit of a lace detail to them that I think is just gorgeous. And so that one is a $3 pay for pattern. Amanda says, I'm gonna have to make that tank for my sister. Yes, I would love to see it modeled. I didn't go into the pattern pages to see if anybody actually had pictures of them wearing it, but I like it a lot. And I think it would be fun to swap out that black for something else, just to kind of see what kind of effect you could get. Now, look at this shawl. Here's another bat one for you, Lacey. This is the Dragon Bat Wings shawl by Megan Lab. $6 PDF. Look at this beauty. I love it so much. I think the photography is gorgeous. But aside from that, you can see in the pattern the colors that she chose, the details that went into this. It is absolutely stunning. And it doesn't look all that difficult to make either. It looks like it's mostly the same stitches. And I think that it would just be a fun, and maybe it's just because I like to make wearables that I'm like, and especially shawls. So I'm like, oh, this one would be so much fun to make and to wear. And the way that she's modeling it, you can tell, oh, this is a bat, dragon and bat inspired shawl. But I feel like if you were wearing it a little more casually, you might not be able to tell. And I love that kind of secret surprise that you can get with some of these shawls. Like, oh, they're just wearing, you know, like a wrap. And then you, whoop-cha, it's bat wings. Like, I love that so much. Juliana says, wow. Yeah, it is a stunner. It is a stunner, absolutely. And I feel like this is one that you could have fun with, changing out some of those colors as well. If you made it in all black and gray, it would definitely look like a bat. But if you swapped out for any of your favorite dragony colors, oh, like I would love a dark purple or a dark blue. You could even pull off pale colors. Like I would still keep the black, or a darker version of whatever color you want to go with. But I just feel like overall this pattern is going to look good translated across the board. Amanda says, I am obsessed with Megan Lab's patterns. I've spent so much money in her Etsy. Yeah, definitely a designer worth mentioning when it comes to Halloween crochet. And Nancy's agreeing with you. Gotta collect all her patterns. Yeah, really, really good designer. All right. So we're on to some more wearables. I thought this was super cute. So it's a little less Halloween-y, a little less spooky, but I feel like it could definitely be part of a Halloween costume, and you could spook it up as an accessory. It is giving me you know, spiderweb lacy vibes. This is the dark princess skirt by Red and the Wolf Designs. It's an $8 pattern, and I just love the overall look of it. I love the way she styled it. So you could definitely easily add this to like a witch costume, or even dressed as she is if you add a like some dark fairy wings. I think that it's a great Halloween costume piece, which is why I included it today. Now, of course, I would wear this outside of Halloween costumes as well, but since we're talking Halloween crochet, this fits into Halloween as well, for me at least. And I loved, you can tell, I'm pretty sure she used an indie dyed yarn. It really gives off that great variegation in color, or I shouldn't say indie dyed, I should say hand dyed. It has a very hand dyed appeal to it. And I think it's gorgeous. It looks like a great fit, and I love the swing of it. Now on to spider webs. We can't have Halloween without some spider webs. Oh yeah, you could even use that skirt for Tinkerbell. Absolutely. I think, yeah, brighten it up. Skirts are great for a variety of Halloween costumes, so it doesn't even need to be dark. So this one is the Halloween spiderweb outfit, and this one is $5.57 because it is translated into US dollars. It's a rough exchange rate, so it may be a little different than that depending on when you buy it. But I really thought that this was a great piece. I love how it's off-centered on the shoulder. You can definitely tell what it is. You could wear it over anything. You could add it to a costume. And I love the little gloves that go with it as well. I think that this is a great staple piece for spooky season. Yep. Oh, the offset spiderweb is so cool. I love a good distraction to the eye, and this looks way better than had she centered the spider web. So I really like that a lot. And it looks like it has a little bit of shaping to it as well, to give you that kind of longer on one side, shorter on the other side look. Unless there's just a hole in it. I can't tell for sure, but you'll have to get the pattern to find out. But I do like the way that it wears. And I love that she modeled the photos to really show that off, because it wouldn't give the same effect just laying on the ground. And I know I have more spiderweb inspired things coming up. Here we go. Black Widow. Look at this top. I need this top. I need this top. I love it so much. It looks like it could potentially be one of those join as you go tops, which is so much fun because I do like making pieces. Not as big of a fan of sewing them, but if it's a join as you go, you could start connecting everything in the last round. That's my kind of style. And spider webs, even better. I love this so much. I think that this top would be really, really fun worked up in a yarn with a bit of a halo, right? Like a Surrey alpaca or some mohair to really give it that web look. I want it. I want it. And that's why it's in here. I see the African flower tarantula in the spider outfit. I feel like that's a whole costume together. Yes, make the African flower tarantula and just pin it to yourself. I love that so much. Or if you made the African tarantula pattern too out of something that's a lot, like very well hard wearing, it could easily be an outdoor decoration too, right? As long as it's something that like a Red Heart Super Saver. Lindsay, what? Need. That was my exact reaction when I found this. I was like, what? This needs to be in my wardrobe like yesterday. Lacey, oh my, I need as many hands as a spider to make all of these patterns. That's what I feel like too. More hands and a little bit more speed and a little bit more time, please. But again, it is only the middle of September. It's not even October yet. We do have some time to get down on some spooky crochet still. All right, the next pattern. Oh, I wanted to include my own because I showed all those spider web patterns. I could not mention hollow web, which was my very first pay for design inspired by Spiderweb. So it is not a literal inspiration like my Lift Your Spirits is a literal ghost inspiration. This was more of a open lace inspiration, and that's why it's hollow web. It's Halloween and spider web combined. And this sample is actually Nancy, who's hanging out in the chat. It's her finished shawl. My original, I used different colors, and when she made it in the black and orange, I was like, that is exactly what I imagined when I designed this. And so all of my pattern photos are the pictures of her sample, and this is her yarn. I believe it's Must Be a Weasley and Knox. And yeah, she did a great job with it. I love it. You may see me wearing mine sometimes. I made another version using Knox and the Demise of Professor Plum morphing minis, and I added another section to make it even longer so I could use all the morphing minis up. It's a very spooky season shawl without directly screaming spooky season. So I did want to include that in the collection of Halloween patterns. Let's see. Kat says, Spider Mambo Designs just put out a new pattern called Instant Gratification School Sweater that she just released 20 hours ago, and it's out on Ravelry now. Ooh, I'm going to have to go check that one out. Gratification Skull Sweater. It sounds like it's going to be amazing. Nancy, yay, hollow web, my favorite crochet shawl, hands down. Thank you, Nancy. You did such a beautiful job on your shawl. She blocked it like beautifully as well too, because I say in the pattern to block it aggressively to really stretch it out and open up all that lace, and she really did. Love it. Thank you, Juliana. Right before the LYS shawl came out, I picked my hollow web back up and I miss it. The yarn I am using on it is so dreamy. Yeah, your yarn is dreamy, and I do believe you said you were using an alpaca blend for one of the colors, and so it's going to be just as soft too. Amanda, hollow web is on my list to make soon. Oh, thank you. I put the link up above. Oh, cool. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. All right, on to this one. So this is another one that I found through TikTok, and it is on I think it's a video, yeah, free YouTube video tutorial. So there's not a written pattern that I could find, but there is a video tutorial on how to make this spooky crop top. Now, it is more revealing than I typically wear, but it's stunning. So if this is your style, oh, it's gorgeous. I absolutely love it. Maybe I could pull, no, I just don't wear anything low cut. I can't pull myself to do it. I feel so exposed. But it is gorgeous. And again, if it's your style, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I think it's a really well done pattern. Maybe I could try to modify it to make the spider web a little smaller, so it's a little less a peekaboo style, but the way that the stripes around the web, this is an amazing design. She did an amazing job, and I can't believe it's a free pattern. And then with the continuing of the spider webs, I thought this Halloween web collar was a fun, free pattern. So this is one that you could throw on over a costume or over any shirt, really. And it adds this like vintage, like she looks like a lost child ghost, really, right? I love the makeup that the designer put in the photo to make her look like she's most likely a ghost. I think it's just really cute and really simple, and it's a faster way to add a spooky touch to your wardrobe than to have to crochet an entire sweater or shawl or even entire costume. So I wanted to add that because it is so quick and simple. And absolutely, Lacey, the photography is stunning. She had several really nice photos that she did. Like the colors, perfection when it comes to the photography. And so you know that the pattern, even though it's free, is probably very well written as well, because they put so much time and effort into something like the photo shoot. She reminds me of Wednesday Addams, right? It's exactly like it would be perfect for a Wednesday costume, that long black dress with this spiderweb collar. I think it's perfect. Maybe I can convince my family to do the Addams Family one year, because I definitely feel like, and Nancy told me that I throw some Morticia Addams vibes. So I feel like if I can convince my family, it would be so fun to do an Addams Family Halloween family costume set. Oh yeah, that's the one we just did, sorry. And then I missed Cattail. All you have to do is customize it. So she put the link in the chat. I don't know if I saw it though. Is my chat set to something specific? Hopefully not. Maybe I just missed it. All right, the next pattern. Now we're getting into some more home decor, and I know we're starting to get near the end of all the patterns I have to share, and I do think we might run a little late today to share some Lift Your Spirits progress photos that I was able to throw on last minute. But this one, look at that, the Halloween Afghan by Ruby Gates. I thought this was so cute. It's definitely a traditional style looking blanket with the witch on the broom, the ghosts, the bats in the corner. I think it would be fun to go back in and put some faces on the ghosts with like either some embroidery style back stitching, or you could even crochet some circles and sew them in place. But I thought this was a really fun piece, and if you look around all of the sections that you make, it looks like they are joined as you go. Yes, join as you go. When I first started crocheting, I made a lot of blankets that are modular. You make little pieces and they either get joined as you go or sewn together, because it gives you that instant gratification of, I just finished the square, I made something, but you still get a larger project in the end. So I thought that was really fun. I believe this is a tapestry crochet style, but it could be a Afghan. It is so far away, I can't tell. So Lindsay says she doesn't see the link either. Yeah, I didn't see it. I was hoping I didn't miss it. And I know I have another blanket. I love this blanket so much. So this is the Halloween blanket by Jody. It's a $6 pay for pattern, which is absolutely worth paying for. I don't know if you guys are picking up the details on your end. There are these really cool, what looks like popcorn stitches, outlining for texture to really make that color pop. And I love that design choice. Absolutely love it. And it looked like on the project pages for this design that the charts can be separated for you really to make it your own. Like if you wanted to just take that pumpkin chart and repeat that with some boos and skulls and cut out the other charts, you can. I really like the way she originally designed it. Like if I was to make any modification, I would maybe swap out some of those bats on the bottom and do one bat swapped for something else. But other than that, the colors, the shapes of her charts, and those popcorn pops, like I'm not usually one for popcorn, but I feel like this was a great choice for this piece. Let's see. Oh, wait. No, let's see. No, can't see the link, Cat. Yep. I wonder if YouTube flagged it as potentially spam. I know that happens sometimes. I think YouTube marks it as spam and hides it in live chats. Yeah, I'm sorry. That blanket is too cute, right? Oh, I think it's adorable. I love every picture in it. The bat, the hat, the skull, the spiders, the cat, the boo. Oh, I like the kitty blanket. Yeah. Oh, I love that like whimsical design of spooky cats where they've got those not normal looking skinny necks. Gomez also wants this one. I guess I have crocheting to do. All of the black cats for Gomez. Bats and cats, I'm probably going to make this blanket, right, Lacey? I never finish blankets, but this is one that I feel like I would actually stand a chance to finish because I love it so much. OMG, that pumpkin is too cute, isn't it? I love that it's not like perfectly shaped. It's not perfectly circle ovals. It looks like she did shaping to make it look carved. Shaping with the colors. Like if you look at the shape of the eye, or maybe it's just the popcorns adding that dimension. I honestly cannot tell, but it does. This is just overall a very well done pattern. I just posted it in the Facebook group. Oh, perfect. Well, thank you. Yeah, if you guys are in the Mandobug Crafters Corner for the MCAL, we'll be able to check that out in the Facebook group. Love the blankets. Yeah, I think they're so good. Kim, in most lives, only hosts and mods can share links. Okay, that makes sense. I'm not, I haven't been doing lives for a while, and I don't tend to show up to too many, so it makes sense, though. YouTube wants to help stop people from spamming links and whatnot. Then check out these cute coasters. The Ghost Coaster. It's a free crochet pattern on Yarnspiration's website, and I thought this was too cute. Perfect for a Halloween costume party or spooky season decorations in general. You could really get creative with these ghosts as well. You could actually join them in chains to make a ghost banner for decorations. You could make a flat Gus the Ghost. I like my Gus that's all puffy and full. It's got some dimension to him, makes it easier to grab and stand up in that Halloween countdown calendar. But I love these for coasters as well as just decorative pieces in general. So I thought they were a fun shape and wanted to include them. Let's see. I don't know how many are left. Oh yeah, these are the last two because I couldn't forget these incredible overlay mosaic crochet designs by Thistle Designs. So this one is called Jack. This is the first one that I saw on Instagram, and I am everything pumpkins and immediately was like, what is this? I don't even make decorative pillows, but I want this one so bad. I love the way she did the mouth, and I love the way the repeat works. It's an off-centered repeat, so you can see them next to each other like that. This is just genius. This is genius and blew my mind. I had never seen mosaic crochet done the way that she is doing it, and it is phenomenal. And she has a YouTube channel that I highly recommend you guys go check out because she now has video tutorials that go with all of her overlay mosaic crochet patterns, and they're also genius. I've watched at least 3 of them where she breaks down what it is and how to do it. They're very well laid out, and her instructions are very clear. And then she starts going into special stitches, and the way that she charts her special stitches and writes them, to me, it's just like genius. So I am really excited to make this pattern one day. I love it so much. And the fun thing about mosaic crochet and charts in general is that you can start to mix and match the charts. So one of her sample pillows with this Jack design in it, she actually put that head, that pumpkin head, on skeleton bodies. It is so cute. I love it so much. $4 is a steal of a deal for this pattern. Absolutely. Kat says that site also has free Halloween cozies too. Yarnspirations. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I'm a fan of Halloween cozies. Help people know what their drinks are, keep the sweat down on ice drinks, and keep your hands protected from the heat on hot drinks. Nancy, what? That pillow. Have you not seen this pillow? You need to go follow Thistle Designs on Instagram, like now. So good. So good. Oh my, I want the pumpkins. Yeah, this one is my favorite just because I'm biased to pumpkins, but she's got several other designs, and I will say they're not all Halloween inspired. Like she's got a cheetah print one. No, not cheetah, leopard. Excuse me. She's got a leopard print design, as well as I think she just put out a butterfly design. So you might like that one too, Lacey. I wanted to let you know the last link in the description, sign up link, doesn't work, at least not for me. Oh, okay. That is good to know. I will check that out. Thank you. All right. On to the last one. It's another overlay mosaic crochet by Alexis Thistle of Thistle Designs. And this one is epic. So this one's $15, which looks like a price gouge. But when you look at that blanket, look at how many charts are in there. So you're getting so many patterns really in one, because this is a blanket, but as you saw with the pillow, you could easily choose one or two of those charts and turn them into other things. Now, imagine if you got this pattern and made the blanket, great. But if you don't want the blanket, but you like the motifs, you could take, let's say maybe that row of front facing skulls, you could pop that into a basic cardigan pattern along the bottom. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, I believe that this pattern is appropriately priced for that reason. It includes so many motifs. This pattern, I'm sure, was a ton of work, and it is something that you could customize into different projects. So I think it's definitely worth getting. And you can see in the picture on the right with the full-bodied skeletons in the black and lime green. That's the one I'm talking about, where she put the pumpkin head on those bodies. It is so cool. I hope one day that she comes out with a book, because I would definitely buy her book full of these mosaic crochet designs. Just wonderful. I love the traditional black and white of the original blanket, but then I also love like that neon glow black light pattern too. I really am a fan of her designs and her work, and wanted to share it in the crochet patterns today. Yeah, wow is right. Isn't it just a stunner? My mind was blown when I saw it. I have not seen mosaic crochet done like this, and it is genius. This is why I love mosaic crochet. Yeah, because it is something that you can start to pop in and out and start to build your own charts using the charts that you buy. So I absolutely love that. And I think that like all skulls is really what this is. It's all skulls that you could just modify to be whatever. So that is the last Halloween crochet pattern that I wanted to share with you guys today. So we've got just enough time to share some of the photos of your Lift Your Spirits crochet alongs photos from our Facebook group that I got permission to share. And then I am going to be having a giveaway. So we'll share the photos. I'll explain how to enter the giveaway, and then we'll be done. So, and I will say in advance, I didn't have time to get everybody's photos into the slideshow for today. I was going to do it last night and I fell asleep, and then I forgot that I didn't do it. So literally 10 minutes before the live today, I was like, oh, scrambling, and like up until I hit live, I was still adding photos. So if I missed you this week, it was not intentional, and hopefully I will be able to share your progress next week. Also, spoiler alert, if you guys don't want to see what Clue 1 looks like, then I will see you guys later. And maybe when this is over, you can come back to enter the giveaway at the end. Amanda says, imagine making that blanket using the new glow-in-the-dark yarn, though. Oh, yes. It would be so spooky. Especially, like, what if you just chose a couple of the skulls to stand out and glow instead of all of them? That would be also super spooky. Somebody in the Facebook group is using that glow-in-the-dark yarn, and it is amazing for the shawl. And that would be awesome. I agree, Kat. Okay, so the first progress photo that I wanted to share with you guys was Manda's, who's here with us today. So, or no, this is a different Manda, actually, because Manda is the other Manda that shared this one, is not the one that tested, right? I'm not getting that backwards. Surprisingly, we have more than one Manda's in the Facebook group. We've got Manda's and Amanda's of all kinds. Manda, who's in here with us today, was my tester, who is just ordered yarn to make another one, I believe. This is a different Manda, but that is Clue 1, looking almost identical to my Clue 1 when I first made this shawl. And it looks so good. It's exactly what it's supposed to look like. You did an amazing job, and I cannot wait for you guys to see Clues 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Hopefully you love this just as much as I do. Lacey says, you can also share all of your progress pics in the Facebook group. Absolutely. Anybody that wants to share pics, there is a link to the Facebook group below. There is a security question to join, just because I wanted to make sure people that are joining are actually crocheters, to make it a positive community experience. So it's not to like pick and choose who gets to join the group. It's literally just to weed out the wrong people who aren't there for the crochet community. Who knows why they would possibly be joining. We got 2 in the group. Okay, so this is the other Amanda's shawl. Yeah, that's right. Sorry about that. So the next one I wanted to share is Callie's, and look at that glowing under the glow light, the black light. I love it so much. I love how the spooky face of the ghosts give you that scream vibe. They're the very elongated ooh faces. I think this shawl is looking lovely, Callie. So thank you for letting me share your photo. And then this is Jennifer's, and that is her Instagram handle if you want to go ahead and give her a follow on Instagram. I love that she chose such contrasting beads with that dark yarn that's really going to help those ghosts pop overall from afar. I love seeing what you guys are coming up with as far as color combinations go, and even yarn weight choices. Let me pop that down. You guys are blowing my mind, and it's super exciting. And then here's another Jessica, or that was Callie. This is Jessica. There are quite a few Jessicas hanging out in the crochet group as well. But I love the yarn that she chose here is similar to the original yarn that I used, but it's it's like just outside of pooling. And I love that because it looks like a swirl. It looks like the ghosts are like in a vortex of gray, which I think adds to the overall appeal of it. I cannot wait. I can't wait for you guys to see what this is going to look like when it's all done. And her Instagram handle is jsthreads14, so go ahead and give her a follow if you're interested as well. And then this is Maud. Maud has been super helpful with this pattern. She actually was a little bit faster crocheting the clues up and found a couple areas that had been missed. I'm so sorry for some of the minor mistakes that are in this pattern. It is a very complex pattern, as you guys know, which makes it super easy to miss mistakes like skipping a 2 double crochet if you see that there's already the chain space. Things like that. It's really easy to miss those. So I appreciate your patience and understanding when it comes to some of the updates that have had to been made with the first clue. And thank you to people like Maud who bring it to my attention so that I can hopefully get it fixed before people get to that point. So thank you, Maud. Your shawl is looking gorgeous. I love it so much. And Jan, I think she was the last one I was able to pop in their photo. She's got this lovely color going on that is similar to the color that I'm using, and I think it looks so good. It's fun that she photographed it from the other direction to give you just a different perspective on the design overall. I cannot wait until you guys can wear these and see how they wear too, because that is the most exciting thing about this shawl is like, once it got big enough when I was working on the original sample, once it got big enough to wear it, I was like, oh, what? This is so cool. It's the best. I will say there was a point halfway through where I was like, do I hate this? And I went through with it because I had a whole thing in mind. And by the end, no, it is so good. I haven't made any more progress on mine than last week because I am waiting on the beads that I ordered. So I'm still only through row 14, but I ordered 3 different types of beads from Bead Biz, and I'm excited to see which ones work best. They're all in the range of gray. I can probably show those off in the Facebook group when they arrive, as well as next week's live. So next week's live, I'm actually going to be interviewing Jean from Bead Biz, and that's going to be so much fun. So you're not going to want to miss that one. But real quick before we close up today's live, I want to do a giveaway for one of my merch items. So I've got my Lift Your Spirits tees, Lift Your Spirits with Crochet. I have the tees that are available in like a light heather gray and a greenish color, but I think that one might be out of stock. It's on Teespring, so they're in charge of the stock. I have no control over that. And then I've got a mug and a bag. So if you want to be entered to win one of those merch items of your choice, I'm going to pull one winner and announce them on next Saturday's live, just kind of like I announced the winners on today's live. So if you want to be entered to win after this live ends, come back and just enter answering the question, what is your favorite Halloween crochet pattern that you've made? And if you haven't made one, then which one is at the top of your queue? So that is, just answer that question in the comments of this video, and that will get you one entry, and I'll do random number generator like I did, and I will give away one merch item of your choice. So actually include which merch item you'd like to win. That'll be very helpful for me as well. So yeah, what is your favorite Halloween crochet pattern that you've made, or the one you want to make, and which merch item would you like to win? You don't need to, if you say shirt, you don't need to include the size. We can do that when the winner, if the winner wins a shirt, they can do that with their address. So I just wanted to do that. But yeah, Haley says all of the shawls look so good. They really do. You guys are all doing phenomenal, and I'm really excited about how well this is going. So thank you all so much. Yeah, and that is everything I wanted to share with you guys today. If you want to chat more with me, join the Facebook group. It's pretty chatty in there, and I do my best to keep up with everybody. Other than that, I will catch you guys next Saturday for next Saturday's live with the interview with Bead Biz. I'm so excited. If you have any questions that you want to ask her, you can send them my way or put them in the Facebook group as well, and I'll send those to her in advance, or you can join the live and ask them in the live. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Saturdays. Thank you so much for joining me live. And until next Saturday, happy crafting, guys. Bye.